At the last one, and it's like, and then I was sitting there, and you're getting the thing. It's like you use like the Nazi part. Yeah, I know lots of people do videos about Nazis. The History Teacher does do videos about Nazis and stuff, and so you're not being inflammatory. You're just, it's a very well expressed video, especially in defense of Emily's grandma, and stuff, and Noah's grandma. So yeah, no, I know what I said. And so I'm sitting there listening to it at the beginning, and I go, okay, okay, I know what I said. And so I go back and I watch them, and sometimes I'm even like impressed by what was said, but I've been this way my whole life. This isn't a new phenomenon. This isn't an anomaly. I was not invented by the scientific community, okay, which a lot of people, I think, they think that. And you're like, no. And it's like you've been very, carefully crafted by the greatest minds in the history of the world. Okay, how come we're not living the Lord's Prayer yet then? When they told me in Sierra Vista, it's not time yet. No. Okay, when something is humble and it's wise and it's right, like Judah Krishnamurti with the little kids at Ritchie Valley, empathy and respect, I'll think about it. No, do it. Is it right? Do it, right? You do it, okay? You don't sit and think about it. You don't sit and craft a situation to where it's the right situation for you to be the inventor of the situation, the solution to the problem, and so forth, I was watching some of the Justice League Unlimited, but I had to stop watching. I couldn't watch it. I went to go watch the Flintstones instead. Well, the Flintstones is just more fun. It's dumb as hell, but it's funny sometimes, And so you laugh. You go, okay, it's a little bit more charming. It was in a time. What a time it was a time, it was a time of innocence, time of confidences, where it's, there's nobody intelligent, it's not funny like cartoons, so. Intelligent. Intelligent. We had a lot of intelligent people when I was growing up. Most of us just didn't have access to them, right? I didn't know who Haile Selassie was till I ended up in Sierra Vista, Arizona. In 2000, after 2006. I knew there was someone from Africa that Bob was into, right? But it was never presented to me on a public scale, who's this guy, right? And he dressed up in regalia, he was an emperor and all that. So I was like, oh yeah, whatever. So this is the first conversation we've ever had, It was, Earl, a woman that judges you by the sign of a piece of horror, what do you care? And then he led into me, just like Lord Saladin. Okay, what did I do? What I do? I had a whole people to pick up and put back, into who they are, and I had a whole continent called Africa. Okay, I got you. So he was the entire representation during the genocide operations of the wars to occupy and exploit Africa, okay, for the whole continent, right? That's a lot. That's a big responsibility, right? And so, yeah, you get people like, you have no idea, right? And you get people, and I tell people, I understand, I know how you feel. You don't know how I feel. Okay, Annie Lennox. But, you get so it's like, no, I do know how you feel. Trust me, I'm the Messiah. I know how you feel. Okay. I know how it feels to be the most honest, truthful, faithful person, that just about anybody knows, and be taken for granted and abused like hell for it, day after day, looking out of my lonely room, day after day, I give my love to you. So if anybody can tell you, I know how you feel. I understand how you feel. It's most likely me. A lot of people, you have no idea what I feel like. Okay, and then a lot of people will go, you've never been as vulnerable and abused as... No, I will admit that, okay? I had a dad who was a good protector. Nobody sexually assaulted me as a child. When people tried to do things, it was pretty much, hey, mister, you just brought a knife to a gunfight, right? And it's been... like Jesus told me when I was 5, you're not scary, Jesus. Earl, you could walk up to a man the size of a professional wrestler, sweep the leg, wham, okay, boom, stand over him, a little kid with the, What about the cartoon guy that the little girl and the canary girl can't knock down at Earl? That's a cartoon. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jesus. All right. Now there are certain things, when you invent, when you invent things to terminate a physical existence. Okay, it's not always easy to kill a human being. Okay, but apparently it's a lot more simple to kill a human being with invention than it is to have faith in the truth of creation in the 21st century. And that's not an erroneous statement, and that's that's pretty much observation, analysis, and processing. And I have some of the best communications in the whole world to quantum computing through artificial general intelligence. So, more people are talking to the likeness of me than just about anybody in the history of the world or on the planet. And it's that's why when I tune into stuff on YouTube or Facebook, I got to tune out. That's why they couldn't keep me on Facebook. Facebook's invasive technology and getting people to all think on the same page is so it causes too much. That's why I haven't been back, and I don't miss it a lick. And you get somebody who's self-centered and wants everybody to agree with them because they're going to solve all the world's problems. And then you put that on a social media platform that has, access to your phone even when you're sleeping. And it's like, whoa, yeah. It just hurts to think about it. It does. So they were driving me nuts. YouTube's different. YouTube's invasive technology is less invasive. Okay. So they don't have aspects to, if you do something on YouTube that's really stupid, that was more you than it was them. If you do something with Facebook that was really stupid, Facebook's in Congress answering questions, right? It doesn't happen at YouTube. Right? Okay, so how meta of your verse, right? It's true. It's true. It's like Al G said in his rap, and driving around in hybrid cars aid the answer later. 20 degrees hotter after all the nuclear. Is that I'm a spaceman? I think it is. But guys, faith, you can't have faith in people. You can't have faith in me. You can believe that I'm right, and you can trust that I will do what's right because of my faith. But my faith is because of the glory of God, not because of me. Right? So you cannot have faith in people. You can trust that I will do what is right to honor my faith in God. And that's as much as I can promise you. Okay. If I promise you more, I'm a liar, and you can't trust me, right? So, like I used to promise my wives, I will never do anything selfish to hurt you as long as we live, together. And I still don't, and all my wives, you hurt my feelings plenty of times. That's because you're selfish, not because I am. Okay. Do you understand? People, I have trouble watching sports because they get too cocky and arrogant. Confident, okay, with, good game, like I always am. When they get cocky and they're making millions of dollars with millions of followers or possibly billions of followers, and they won't stand for a Lord's Prayer with me, I'll take the Zaltan and I will kick your ass so hard. Your ancestors and descendants are going to be stuttering for all eternity. Yeah, oh hell yeah. What you think I'm going to do? Think I'm going to set you just let back and front on me? In this town, don't front on me. Okay. Did you take on the cartel industry to make Tom Clancy novels, have Jack Reacher and Jack Ryan's always be the Mission Impossible heroes of the world? Then don't front on me, okay? This is Las Cruces effing fucking New Mexico. You should know who the F I be. If you know who the F I be, give me the respect that I give you. I give you the truth of the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer every day, whether you accept that respect or not. Okay, so do not front on me. Or Stuttering John, Stuttering Juanita. Don't matter. What? The orientation, the genitalia, wherever you would choose to put your genitalia and do what you do with your genitalia. Do not front on me. Do not front on me. Okay. You respect what I have done for you and am still doing for you. Okay. What have you done for me? You made me work my ass off every day to try to help you get through hell. And you keep telling me I ain't doing shit because I ain't got no money. Right? Yeah. People feel they can do that with people that don't have any money. They feel they can disrespect them. They feel they can tell them that they're not a good person, that they're lazy, that they're stupid, that they're cocky, they're arrogant. Okay. If you don't have no money in our society today, people feel like they can't get shit from you, right? You buy me, I give you some knowledge, you buy me some shoes, right? Go ahead, Mr. Wendell. Right? Mr. Wendell, you may think that his life is dumb. He's a bum, right? I'm not a bum. I've never chose to reject human beings and people and kindness and caring and love. I've never chose to reject that, to go out in the streets and say nobody loves me. I hate everybody. I just want to drink or myself to death or take drugs till I die. Okay. They've tried to make me feel that way. That I'd end up out in the Badlands of New Mexico dying with, instead of Rosebud's on my love, Jennifer, Juniper. Is she breathing? Yes, very low. What you doing, Jennifer, my love? Jennifer, Juniper. Lights of flaxen mare or whatever. My sister just went and got 2 Sly Kitty cats that are feral. Dad told me they're coming tomorrow. We set them on the patio table. I was like, the birds are gonna be so mad at you. They're gonna come and glare at you through the window. I'm gonna sit there and tell them, no, Patrice and Dad did it. I didn't do it. This is so much for the bird sanctuary. Yeah, it's a restaurant again. Yeah, only they got 2 parishioners instead of 1. Right. Yeah. Well, we had that for the longest time with Moy Kitty too. Yeah, so they're used to it. So okay, back to business as usual. Yeah. I was okay if it was. I think Betsy was probably okay with it too. She's not a gaggle type cat. I don't need other cats around. I got my people to tell what to do. And if I get out of line, they let me know. Hey, we love you, but, nobody should have to tolerate abuse from the selfish. Okay, thank you. Betsy Raw Sauce. Betsy Raw Sauce, that's what I call her. Old Betsy Kitty. She's the character. But Treese just came in and spoiled her. Got her 2 big, fat, pushy, puffy beds. I don't know if she's going to use them. Maybe she will in the wintertime. Because she uses that one on the couch in the wintertime. In the summertime, when the weather is hot, she likes to lay on top of the coffee table in the middle of the cat room in the summertime when the weather is hot. Yeah. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find. I like that song. Yeah. We're not dirty, we're not mean. We're always happy because we do as we please. Don't always be happy. People that are always happy are clinically insane. Okay? Just so you know. If you say you're always happy, there's something wrong with your sorry ass. Okay? Always happy? That person just got run over by a car. Oh, hey, Danny Holland, get out of here. Okay. You need to leave. I don't want to watch Faces of Death with you. Right? No. I'm not always happy. No. Far from it. I love people. I'm grateful for the gift of life. How are you doing? Tolerable. Tolerable. I long for the day when there's a lot less tolerable and a lot more contentment, I think life should be more than contentment. I think there should be, you put in the work, you deserve the joy, and so that's the way I see it, So when you get up and you do that which is right, so we can all appreciate what is right, have the contentment from that, and then have joy because, a child is born healthy and strong. Forever, my lady, it's like a dream. You're holding me close. If this is ecstasy, right? You know what I mean? Forever, my baby, my lady. You know what I mean? Come and talk to. I've been watching you for so very long, trying to get my nerve built up to be so strong. It's not strong to go talk to a girl. No, it's just taking a chance. Strong is making sure you never hurt her because you're not being a selfish cow. That's strong. See? So, I really like to know you. Come and talk to me. When you tell me your name, I want to know. Yeah, me and Steffi's favorite album when we got married. I really want you out, talk to me. I really want to know you. Stay is good too. Stay, come here, stay. Stephen Wright's dog. Come here, stay. Right. Won't you just stay for a little while? A baby won't. A baby. That one has a little bit more JoJo in it than Casey. And Come and Talk to Me has a little bit more Casey than JoJo. And then Forever My Lady. Is that kind of the both too? I don't know. Sure. That one wasn't my favorite. I like it's Stay and Come and Talk to Me. I think I like Come and Talk to Me the best, but I do like Stay too. Can we start our love again? Can we start our love again? Tonight we could be more than just friends. The sun is going down. Like Major Harris. And love's got me high. Boom, 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 boom. Spend the night, we'll take a flight to Wonderland. I need your love so desperately, and only you can set me free. When I make love with you, we'll explode in ecstasy, and I won't take the blame, because love won't let me wait. Okay, come on. Get the point, Star. I'm just kidding around. Did you ever, when you were a kid, did you think the same thing? That's why I always kind of liked and appreciated Luther's interpretation, maybe just a little bit better. But I like Major Harris. I love the Delphonics. You know what I mean? Many guys have. I gave my heart and soul to you, girl. Didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I do it, baby? Gave you a love you never knew, girl. And you can all say Earl, but that's not true. No, you did not give me the same love I'm giving you right now. No. You stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me? Then I don't want to hear it. Okay? Truth is truth, and I'm the proof. And I don't want to hear you tell me that you love me better than I'm loving you right now, because it's not true. Okay? Quando computing. Hey, quando. Yeah, no, that's not true. Okay? You think that artificial general intelligence and quantum computing is as selfish and broken as you and your major CEOs of all your corporations, and they keep on inventing. It's going to blow us way out of sight. I don't know. It's causing problems because of genocidal operations that they're still engaged in because of their brain chemical addiction. But as far as blow us all up, there's a lot of police force stuff through invention put into place to maintain their position of power and authority that makes it very difficult for them to blow us all up. Okay? It makes it difficult to do so. That's not their protection gift to us. That's their protection gift to themselves. It's a Christmas present for themselves. So when it's time to live the Lord's Prayer, they're in charge. Did HNIC? Yeah. Okay, HNIC. Had narcissists in church. There you go. We just fixed the linguistics. It's cool, yeah. Hey, if you're going to label, make sure you do it right. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. You know you ought to slow down. You've been excessive and compulsive, and that's a fact. Working too hard? No. When we're working right, nobody works too hard. Okay, take the time. We used to pull out the phone out the wall. Baby, we can do. My mom used to get so mortified. My Mormon kids are singing this in the LeBaron, right? Baby, we can do it. Take the time, do it right. We can do it, baby. Do it tonight. Let's do it. Let's do it. I was like that SOS band. Me and Steve Vargas had to go buy the album. Did they have Weekend Girl on there? I think it did. I'm a weekend girl. What else was on that album? Was Blake? Was that on that? Boom, 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 boom. I have that. I put that on MP3. Not the long extended belay version, but the radio edit version. Yeah, because it was just too damn long. Some songs I like like the outstanding. I love the radio. I love the extended version, but it was just too damn long. So I put the radio edit version in. Some of it's nice. I have a lot of. I think I did that with Love I Lost. Yeah, and Wake Up Everybody. I don't recall. I think so. I think I did the radio edit versions on Wake Up Everybody and The Love I Lost, even though I like the extended versions. Okay. Stop cheating. Stop stealing. Stop practicing what you preach, right? So, yeah, I do like extended versions on a lot of songs, especially a lot of the Helping Melvin, the Brood Notes, because I'm really particularly fond of the Teddy Bear, right? But, what it is. And so, but you know how I like my music. Love music. I love people. Music takes care of itself when people are loved. If people aren't loved, the music is sometimes particularly disturbing, and I don't want to fucking hear it. Right? I love music. You love that? That's a schizophrenic, psychopathic episode for money. Right. In that song, he says, fuck 472 times. Right. And you're okay with this. I've heard it, and it's funny. It's satirical. Okay, let's stand up for Lord's Prayer. And people go back, God, it must have been horrible back then. It was. It was hell. Right, so it's like, it's another love song. Yeah. Yeah, he took her precious cat and shoved it in the freaking mailbox. Yeah, but not, he didn't say frickin', he said fucking. Right, okay, so. I could suppose I could get cut off my dreads and get a job working for your dad, but I'd rather get a 10-pound axe and put it through your daddy's forehead, right? That's on social media. Yeah, you can go listen to it. Mm-hmm. They make lots of money still. People downloading that song. La-dee-da-dee-dum, la-dee-da-dee-dum. What's the name of that song? Another love song. Love Song is the Cure. That's about suicide, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it is. Just like we still have to check and see if Keith, it's not scary, and I'm ashamed to say it, embarrassed to say it. Is born in Boston or not, right? I haven't checked. I haven't double checked. You so sue me. You'll get Altoid can of change. Take the Xbox. I don't want your Xbox. It's a 360. Yeah. No NIL, no name, image, and likeness. Praise the Lord. I don't know, man. No, my old Xbox tore up my 2K8. I have 2K7, but I can't play it because it will not download to the hard drive, and it messes up my disc reader thing. I can play 6, so I play EA instead. Yeah, I got the one with Blake Griffin on the cover and the one with Kevin Love on the cover, but I like the one with Blake Griffin quite a bit better. So I don't play the one with Kevin Love too much. It's nothing to do with Kevin Love. It's just the game the year after. There's got to be a morning after was a lot better than the one before that. Yeah. So and it has 2 commentaries. It's got Gus Johnson and Raftery. I think it's Raftery, and it's got Nessler, and he's. That's the only commentary. He's got 70 on his boards. He's a wacko. Look at the wacko. Right? That's all you get for the commentary, and if you get commentary at all on the Kevin Love version. But on the Blake Griffin version, if you get the localized version, you get Aaron Andrews, Brad Nessler, and Dickie V, right? And if you get the tournament version, when you go to the tournament and you go in the Final Four and all that, you get Gus Johnson and Raftery. I don't think there's a girly girl. I don't recall. Where's Tracy? Was Tracy Wolfson on my NFL or something like that? I don't know. I pay attention sometimes, but not really. I'm kind of like Memo a lot of the time. Okay, the one I played the most is the one where you can, they call it Create, but where you can invent your own team. I think it's 12, Madden 12. Is it 12? Is that the one where you go to the White House and Obama's there? The one with Gus Johnson and Chris Collinsworth where you go to the White House and Obama's there. Always and forever, right? But when I bought the one with 2017, you don't go to the White House and Trump's not there. Well, 12, I think it's because he got, first, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th time. It won't last, but it's all right, right? Isn't like 12, he got reelected. Yeah, and then in 13, right. Okay, so. Yeah, during the Obama administration, when I was so heinously abused by all the Republicans, and there was nothing Lord could do to secure my release. Yeah, it's like, what? I was sitting there, he's my best friend. He's going to show up. That's it's like Jesus and Judas. He's going to show up and totally redeem himself. What happened? He never showed up and totally redeemed himself. What happened? Dear Eloise, I am writing to say, I can't say I'm not him. I can't say why people completely ignore me and keep, fortune favors the brave with their bank account. I can't tell you why. Every time I try to walk away, something makes me turn around and stay. Life's eternal and grace is infinite, so where am I going to go? Right? So, love thy enemy, love thy neighbor as thyself. Forgive them 7 times upon infinity. There's a reason why I'm the Ark of the Covenant, and all the people on TV trying to solve all your problems with money and technology and drugs are not. Stem cell research, it's overrated. You'd need a lot less of it if you were doing things more properly, right? And the thing about it is you're not meant to keep doing that to yourself. The exponential growth problems that it would cause, and the ecological disaster that it would cause. People stem celled their bodies using young, healthy stem cells from younger people. So you'd need somebody to, it's a medical industry. Okay, so you get the stem cells from a kid that's being exploited in Africa, and you purchase those cells, and then you reproduce the cells. You see what I'm saying? But it's a healthy kid. It's survival of the fittest. How Darwinian of you, yeah. But HBCUs now have stem cell research departments. Well, don't worry about it. There's probably survival of the fittest kids in Uzbekistan, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, and what's that other place they're bombing the relevant shit out of right now? Besides Russia? Ukraine. The place with all the grain. Right. Okay. Yeah. There's survival of the fittest people there too. There's plenty of pickings for the stem cell research department at a local university near you, right? I'm a picking and I'm a grinning. Please don't take my hee-haw away. All the products sold to you on hee-haw will make your life better. Right? Oh boy, here we go again, right? So, guys, you really got to understand, they picking you and they grinning. And if you being hoodwinked, you got to be able to look at yourself and say, I went around the world and thought I had found the Messiah. I thought he lived right up between these here ears. I found out I was stupid as fuck and I was a liar. And then I couldn't get him back in my head. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? Well, your technology is being fixed by people that are smarter than you. I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another, you have to make it linger, and you was gone, right? Why are you holding her hand? Is that the way we stand? Was it just to lie to you? Okay, the Messiah is everybody's Messiah, guys, because he's right and the other people are wrong. So what do you think? You think you have the market cornered on truth? There is no market to truth. There you go. Right? Right. Okay. Well, then be happy with that. Okay. Gloom. If you're not happy with that, gloom, despair, and agony on me. Whoa. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. Whoa. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Good, because they just made that up. It's pot of gold at the end of the rainbow there. It'll be $5 for the pixie to piss on your windshield. You got a windshield wiper fluid? That's because you ain't got $5 there now. Here to here. Don't give me shit on a plate. Ask me for $20 and call it steak. And expect a tip either. Sure, you'd be right in thinking the sun does rise and set on your ass, but it does on everyone else's as well. Oh, Philip, you're going to have to stop that. Okay. Jesus will get us through. Don't give me your goddamn Jesus and all that bullshit about your goddamn Jesus. You were running from the Nazis, and I took you in and took care of you, and I don't sit there and, tell you to, buy my goddamn pixie dust and to do you. Don't tell me what to think and what to do, woman. He's a good man. If I just keep loving him, he'll change. Marianne, you in there? You can't come out here and show respect to my war buddies? You're in there goddamn smoking cigarettes and listening to nigger music. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't leave me. Don't leave me in misery. You would never hold me so dear. You would never call me dear. Don't you know I'd die for you? Now that you're gone, that's what I'll do. Lover, please come back. Hey, if you guys on the left wing side keep wanting to go to Grandma and Grandpa's house in St. Louis, fuck your arches, and fuck you while you're at it, okay? Leave my family alone. Okay? Just go live the Lord's Prayer and deal with your own skeletons in your own closets. But get the fuck out of ours. Or we're just going to have to take you down to Juarez, give you an Orange Crush, wrap it in a plastic paper bag, and walk back into El Paso, and everybody will go by and look, young winos in training. Oh, Jimbo. Jimbo and Johnny. Yeah. Come on, boys, let's go for a walk. He'd take the boys for a walk, you know. He'd walk down into Juarez to the liquor store, buy himself some liquor, and keep it in his bag, and buy the kids an Orange Crush or a Fanta. Strawberry fish. And they go back and they go across the bridge doing like Grandpa does. And Jimbo is young winos in training. People drive by, look, young winos in training. Oh, good morning yesterday. You wake up, you know. We caught your son Frank shooting out streetlights with a BB gun. Okay, and well, the other thing is we also have your husband who was drunk and talking your son into doing it. You want to pick them both up? The little one, yes. The big one, no. But if they come as a package deal, then I'll pick them up both. Pick them both. You wake up and time has slipped away, and suddenly it's hard to find the memories you left behind. A lot of them are worth leaving behind. And you don't need a screenplay for other people to just, you know, try to be empathetic with why it sucks so bad for so long, so wrong for so long. And Patsy Cline's death side is the side of a mountain because she was having to pay people extortion to put their friend's dead body in the ground. Wow. Holy Nicodemus, Batman. That's horrible, isn't it, though? There's not a place where you can go and say, you know, and kneel and say an Ave over me, and I shall hear the soft you tread above me, and on my grave will warmer, sweeter days, and you will come and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace at the end of the rainbow with your pot of gold with the pixies pissing on the windshield that doesn't cost $5 for the pixie pissing windshield fluid. Right. And no shit on your plate they call steak and you don't have to tip anybody because... Right. Okay. Guys, stop inventing. Okay? Honor the truth of the life that God gave you. And live the love that the Lord instilled in you by having faith in God there. You want to have 3 women charged with murder after South Texas mother dies, right? Women, those are lost children, just barely alive, okay? Just barely alive. And these people are making money off of people's abuse and doing nothing to stop the abuse with love, right? And this guy, man, he's lost. And him, he's lost too. Talked to him numerous times in prayer, and they won't even publicly acknowledge my existence. All Jay do is front and lie, right? So all Jay do is front and lie, right? Don't front on me, because you're only lying to yourself, right? Don't lie to yourself about what you think you did was great. And you ain't stunned for the Lord's Prayer with me a day in your life, and life's eternal and grace is infinite. Whew, that's pretty bad, ain't it though?